Welcome back to Everyday Eats with Michele. Today, we're going to be making mushroom stroganoff. Here's a list of everything you're going to need. This recipe will make about 4 to 6 servings, depending upon the size of your servings. Let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is make our pasta. Bring about 3 to 4 quarts of water in a large pot to a boil over high heat. Once your water's boiling, go ahead and add your pasta. Give it a stir to help prevent it from sticking. And we're going to cook this for about 8 to 10 minutes until it's just al dente, or it's still a little firm to the bite. While our pasta is cooking, we're going to go ahead and slice up some scallions. I like to cut the ends off the scallions because every now and then they look a little dried out. I don't need them, put them off to the side. Once you've sliced your scallions, you're going to want to separate those into your dark green tops and your white and light green bottoms. Separate those, put them off to the side. We'll use them in a little bit. Now we're going to move on to our mushrooms. I'm using Portobello mushrooms today. You're going to want to clean those. And if you're not sure how to clean Portobello mushrooms, because I sure wasn't the first time I saw this in a recipe, we need to remove our stems, remove the gills. No worries. I've got a link to our how to clean Portobello mushrooms down in the description below. Go ahead and check that out if you're confused. Once we've cleaned our mushrooms, we're going to slice them into long strips. Not too thick, not too thin. You don't want them to wilt too much when you're cooking them later for our sauce. You still want to know that the mushrooms are in there. Once you've sliced your mushrooms, set those off to the side. And now we're going to start building our sauce. To do this, we're going to set a large saute pan, preferably with straight sides, over medium-high heat. If you don't have a saute pan, don't worry. You can go ahead and use a large skillet. Totally fine. You're going to add your butter to the saute pan and let that melt down. Give it a stir every now and then to help it along if you need to. Once your butter's melted, add in the scallion whites, give them a stir, cook them about 1 to 2 minutes just to get them on their way to softening. Then you can go ahead and add your mushroom strips. Stir in the mushrooms so they're fully coated in that wonderful butter. Add about a half teaspoon of salt. Stir that in. And then we're going to go ahead and saute our mushrooms for about 6 to 8 minutes until they've darkened in color and are looking a little bit wilted. They'll reduce in size a bit. Once your mushrooms have taken on that nice dark color, they're looking nice and wilted, sprinkle on the flour, stir it to combine it. You'll notice probably that there's some of the flour sticking to the bottom of the pan. Not a big deal. Because what we're going to do now, we're going to add that beef stock. And when you do that, you're going to take your wooden spoon and deglaze the pan, as they call it. So what that really means, you're going to use that spoon to scrape up all those wonderful flour bits off the bottom of the pan. Adds beautiful flavor to your sauce. Once you've deglazed your pan, reduce your heat to about medium-low and let it cook for 10 to 12 minutes to help combine the flavors and reduce that liquid just a little bit. Now you can go ahead and add your sour cream, stir that in, and your goat cheese. The goat cheese you're probably going to have to help melt a little bit. It's probably going to need some stirring. As you're stirring, if you notice that once the goat cheese is all melted into the sour cream and it's all one nice saucy mixture, if you notice that it's getting a little bit thick, you can go ahead and add a little amounts of beef stock to it to thin it out just a little bit. You want your sauce thick, but not so thick that it's not really moving anymore. Now we can go ahead and add our pasta to our beautiful sauce. Give it a good stir. Make sure all those noodles are coated with your sauce. Here's where you're going to want to adjust your salt and pepper a little bit so it's where you like it. And now's the time for that secret ingredient that isn't necessarily normally in a mushroom stroganoff. But around here, we like things a little bit spicy every now and then. So we're going to go ahead and add a couple squirts of sriracha sauce. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, you're going to love it. I would recommend making a small little serving off to the side, add a little sriracha to that first, see if you like it. If you do, great, add it to the whole pot. If you don't, no big deal, you just don't add it. But give it a shot. And then let us know how you like it. Drop us a comment down below and tell us how it turned out. To serve this, you can either spoon it into individual bowls, or like I'm doing here, put it on one big platter and serve it family style. You're going to want to top this. Remember those reserved dark green scallions? Sprinkle those over at the top just before you serve it. And there you have it. My version of a mushroom stroganoff with a little bit of a spicy kick. If you like this video, as always, please like the video and go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We'd really appreciate it. Down in the description box, you'll find a link to the full ingredient list and the whole process to make it that we've got posted up over on our blog. You'll find all our recipes over there that we put on YouTube. And we'll see you next time.